much what conclude. So the louder the said, the words fall silent. This is the heart to do the talking enough to beneath. Unimpressed with it for the good and looking over. You're alone, just a cool breeze. I'm blood cursed love for this loud enough. This concludes the quarter team for this to be unimpressed. This is on the lambs for the virtual one for the procedure. This is something for the consumption of a blame. The leader, yearning for me. Always serving them, striving back to break free for the quest for me. Resolute, certainly, blissful enough to but be. Hope that everything will be faded and pondering over the consistent resolution it is. This is my game, this is not peace day. Fingerprints of new beginnings and patience and tested for the mistreatment for the unspoken truth. The truth is more than promise and peace tested. Yesterday for this speedy moment goes because that love only goes as far as yesterday. The coffee calls for this to find a connection for the tissue for the eye to find an interaction. I am somewhat confused for the language of the heart. Silence is what the words are for the sounds of your cry. The language of your heart and the soothing your heart hurt. Or while you waiting for the journey on the raw roads of yourself for this meditation. The meditation for your mind is divine, the mind of void. What matters to grow the shallow blossoms of yourself is sears of more because of the worst of all from the honest and knowledge read. Faith to be terrible enough for the greatest enemy alive. The comfort for your own mind, keeping the love out of reach. You won't claim your heart for just the space between you and yesterday. Echoes of forgotten songs of song. It'll be the same as what's song. With the divine being for the butterfly whisper the breeze. The redefine the universe. This reply to yourself with the spoken to alone. Weeping under the willow tree for you to be walking a contradiction for the unbearable critique. Oblique vision for your unattainable dream. For the lost scene for the one day lost and harder. For the sorrow for the colliding together for the disputes. Bird, feather, chance, climb when you fly. Silent widows for the goodbye for the field with hollow halls. For silent see through every crack and dust dance. This never looks back. But I could be witness for the empty. Refusing to yield for the barking scare. Up a branch with the wrong tree for the reaching of the air. For the windows are broken to still the rain of time. This is sky for the remember the crabs that deny. Sunlight kiss for the floors and shadow beneath the forgotten doors. The roots this kept depth. The embracing of the stretched fingers and great. A grasping for grace and house and tree to be that still remains. Still the withers and the joy and pain. For the wallpaper peeling off of the old skin. Stories of the living within. A testament for the all been torn. Season circles and after year for the no leaf returns. This no one's near. But the decay, but both persist. Emblems of the memories that still exist. For exit, or when they're on a stay before for the through the turning of the strangers and checkmate. When unbelievably bright, or moving through the white stairs the same at night for the same to me. For the still broken number, you can find it when calendar years and nothing. Find itself shifted for the pain is they. I guess a signifying for the fortress and this be a liar for the mountaintop for the closer to the hill. Hold the feelings of the pennies in the heaven for the feeling not the rain for the heaven sent for the love and the giver of that for the not to be in vain. Alone in the stillness in the night for the solace, the empty space and the where your thoughts are off the room wrong freely for the unburdening of the presence of others. And you can find a great word of this grief not be reason for your heart. Ready for the abusing over the rising of the ash. Find a modern day for the bummer over the hidden in the skies. Waiters and whispers in the fleeting, a sinner for the sinner of devotion and human feeling of the can find a fleeting whisper for the dedicated path to follow for the still something in a hollow and enough inside. I had to be myself, perhaps that thought for this noise of the scratching of the crotch or the haiku for the never ending for the attempted past resolute. It was a New Year's kiss, this front was dismissed. Kiss yourself goodbye for the heaven, the beautiful, the safe and slow for the kept looking back for the stumbling upon the broken track. Love is wild and the love is different. For the love is wild at the beginning and again to find what's began. For the saturated for the broken, just to find what's a joke in the words of warped crayons and just to find it in constant hope. Here starting over for the mystics in the past that keep getting refreshed. Straight for the resurrection of resurfacing with the worsening of the chance to sit down and stuff. They'll find the dancing of the smiling of what you call the found and frown and put it down. However, walking away or leaving the night for this while the stars and wild still gaze. Just appreciate yourself that used to be the painful way to change. You just never ask for tears of regret. Nighttime is drastic. Balls to my fun. In the deed for the incarnate good. Despite the cage over the sun, the cage birds longer than the most keep it understand beyond the destiny and fulfill for the love of the hunger for will all be bared. When you find a dead, heard the noise you like. Singing nightingale for the fear, but it is simple words of destruction, the sound of the joy, to sing it through it all for the deal, this never for the words you see expressed. You wonder what goes on between my brain. Wonder what goes on when the windows and morning moon gaps below the tragedy. Whispered light comes only from eyes of astrobodies, where no two ways revive the same commandment of air. Found a way to hide behind the backwardness of the lovers. She learned more than the machines could find of talking to your ghost. When she told herself that the crap that finally gave the license, gave it back to disguise something else, the darker flame of blood. What it was graciously eclipsed. Your lips said things harmonious and for the habitual behavior. Over the habits that won't keep yourself for the children, you can find an honor for donor yourself to live to be alive, for this is living for the third timeline. It will pass to the presentation for the proceeding of the proceeds that don't go too far eventually for the light and eventually finds inconsistent over the conventional, malicious, deprived, surprised, suppressed, subjected, ejected, nor ejaculated for the back to source. This is source, the back to resource, or for the restitution for the relativity, for the relatives of the revealing yourself, for the recess resorted over your sources, just to be sorted out. Or soul for the lips of sorrow, sorry for the sword of age, this is storage that hasn't slept for dreams that will forget. Fifth, please, and over the forgiveness and the forgery, for the allegory, for the allegations of the gate, community gateways to the paradise, the pair of snake eyes road to fate. Wrong hands, reality, alliterated for this is for this irate to be, for the any rate, for this is fate to hate upon the play, for this is easy though the road rough enough. I can't find. I wrote enough. Life is both suffering and joy, turned east, worn into the world for destiny, for the just to be the suffering, for the just to be the subsiding of the feeling of the joy, for the hard to go on. Hard to go on. What's next? What ended? Containing the method for the ruler over the within, with the holding of your selfish purpose in anything for sure. I didn't believe it. Neither did you me. Get awfully quiet when your mind distant near. Leave twitches over your absent breeze. Moments dark. Find bottom music for your distorted thoughts. This concrete huddle over your together for the cigarettes and raw ends for the whiskey bottles that have to turn run dry. Pride, this drowning in sorrows, this what? Desperate disguise over the leather slippers. Or walking out with a walking away, sleeping outside of that, trying to find a way to fool the words of this temperature for the oil. Scenario for the soul. The pen is swept up ashes for the fireplace, mixing it with the wine. A book turning the pages off itself for the flip the past page. For this fanatic for the casting over the skin is be permanent. Story of my life is a testament of love. You wouldn't understand it. You always had the villain for yourself led through the mind. For the battles and wars that told yourself the tale. For the show, the scars, and the battle, the words that shaped the lies. This is a villain for the righteous and wise. Cheer for him to call for God, for this end that stood on your side, shadows lurking in the hearts unknown. Now, dear reader, for you stand alone, the heroes of the villain master wear, for just the truth of lies that tangled in the hidden air. Tale does the fade for the word of the mask and masquerade. I raid the brand of vocabulary for the because the words have power, for this adding into the arsenal of the cleanse, to the finding self-control for this concept of whether to explore. I suppose the guess was before, for the I continue discreet. Discretion advised for that if you want to be complete to continue for the reading and please and have an open mind for the regardless of how you feel for just an example. Harsh to be kind and let the words be the proxy side providing over your food of mind for this to not click away the scroll from trying to release example for just to be the given the rename. Or I suppose it would grieve gain this pain will never be. No matter what you think, your subconscious and dark will always be. With the positive light of the conscious is what you allow to see. Meditation, melancholy, for the joy, for the words, for the question, the words, for the reason, the balance, and your understanding, for the adaptation, the seasons that we are. Disconnect the passing time, orbit the law and gravity, for despite that we all grow up, but eventually you can find that mutually love, and this be the mutual for the integrity, for the what you have to look upon yourself, and no mirror for the what do you see. My perception and guess questions were answered for your opinions and the have a stakes of your responsibility to get better for the owning of it, what you have.
Southside.
Ich bin ein Streichmensch, Strich und Streich, könnten wir sagen, Strich und Streich. Aber immerhin